Before we start, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, and of course share the video. Hello guys, and welcome on this new midweek analysis video from Xtreme Trader. This is Salah speaking. So let's now begin the midweek analysis, and as usual we will begin with the Euro USD. So as you can see, the Euro USD has also went all the way near to the take profit level, but sadly did not trigger our buy area. Let's see now what we can do next with this pair. Now, as you can see, if we look at the daily chart right now, maybe let me just delete the old signal so we can have actually a better view on the market. So right now, what we can see right here for the Euro USD, that the market has indeed managed to actually exit this structure, as I have said earlier, between 1.06785 and 1.05420. So that structure has indeed been broken out from, and right now, the Euro USD is actually facing right here a major resistance level, which seems like the market is going to actually make a pullback, and then it's going to be our good opportunity to start buying exactly on the previous level of the support, which was of course also a real level of a resistance. Therefore, after analyzing this on the daily chart, of course we have to keep in mind that we are having here also a broken level of a resistance trend line. Therefore, there is a possibility that the market actually might fall again right here, as I said earlier, and retest that level of a real support, and of course respecting the previous level of a resistance, and after that is gonna continue the rise. Therefore, all the signals and the signs, of course including with the fact that the dollar is actually losing a lot of strength due to the news from the Silicon Valley Bank, most likely the Euro USD is going to continue the rise. And if that happens, the Euro USD is actually looking for at least 1.09117, which is gonna be actually very good, and of course gonna provide us with at least 174 pips of profit. However, let's now move to the 4-hour time frame. Now on the 4-hour time frame, the first thing that we can see right here is of course the broken level of resistance, and of course the first attempt right here of the support. And as you can see, that support, my friends, was indeed a real level of a support, and it was also a strong level of a support. So most likely right now, again as I have mentioned earlier, upon the pressure from the resistance right here at 1.07745, the possibility of the pullback is high, and therefore we can start actually buying the Euro USD exactly on the second attempt of the support, since this attempt right here represents actually a support number 1. So therefore, buying on the second attempt is going to be our plan. However, for the take profit level is going to be placed just right there at the absolute highest level of a resistance at 1.08039, which means we will actually be expecting to make approximately 117 pips profit from this signal. Meanwhile, the safe zone shouldn't actually be ranging lower than this level of a real support at 1.06299. That's everything for the Euro USD. Moving now to the Pound USD. But before that, it's important, guys, to remind you about the news, because tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. Dubai time, 12:30 p.m. GMT time, we will be having the core CPI news for the dollar. Guys, this news can actually make a big impact on the market. Here's my second warning, guys, for you. In the last Saturday video, I have warned you more than 5 times, and this is right now is the 6th warning, not the second. And I'm telling you guys over and over, please pay attention to these news. They can actually be very effective on the market, and they can actually change the entire direction of these signals that you're about to receive in this video. So again, back to the Pound USD. As we can see, the market has actually reached the take profit level instantly without touching our buy level. However, that's still good because at least the direction was correct, and that for me is actually enough. Anyway, let's see now what we can do next with this pair. Now, if we look closer, we can see right here that we are having on the 4-hour time frame a broken level of a resistance trend line. So this was of course the highest level of the resistance trend line, as you can see, and the Pound USD has indeed managed to make the bullish breakout from that level. Now, the Pound USD is also facing right here a real level of a resistance exactly right there at 1.21730, which means the pair is most likely gonna make now a pullback. So therefore, if I'm not mistaken, the Pound USD is also gonna continue the rise, supported by the weakness of the USD dollar upon the news from the Silicon Valley Bank. Therefore, If we look closer, we can notice right here that we're having a broken level of a resistance, which has already become a support. So this was support number 1. Therefore, I think it's going to be a good idea to start buying the pound USD again, right on the second attempt also for that support. We have to keep in mind that the same level was also a very strong key support level in the past. As we can see right there, the market has indeed respected that level as a support. Let me just be more accurate and place the line just like that. And if we scroll now to the left side, we can see clearly that this has always been a very strong key support level. The longer the tail, the stronger the support is. And as you can see, it was also a real level of a resistance, which means if I keep scrolling to the left, you will see that always we had either a fake breakout or a strong attempt of the support with long tails. That being said, 1.209873 is actually a very strong level, and I think it's going to be convenient to start buying the pound USD exactly from that point. Therefore, let's just wait for the market to fall for about 64 pips before we can start buying it. However, for the take profit level, it's most likely going to be placed right here at the absolute highest level of a resistance at 1.22696, which means we will be expecting 182 pips profit from this signal. Meanwhile, the safe zone shouldn't actually be ranging lower than this level of a support right here. This was, of course, a real level of a support as well at 1.20290, which means the safe zone is going to be ranging for about 58 pips only against 182 pips of profit. That's everything for the pound USD. Let's now move to the AUDUSD. Alright, so I have to say something here about the AUDUSD. Something actually should be good for everyone. Guys, as you can see, the market has actually as you can see, the signal has failed, but also it's important to mention that the market has actually been running in a break even at this point right here on 0.66340. Today, I actually have sent the announcement to everyone on the free group of Telegram to please close AUDUSD signal from YouTube into break even. This is important, guys. I'm telling you guys, you have to join this group of Telegram. It's free. You don't have to pay a penny to join this group. All you need to do is just check the description below the video and just click on the link provided to join the free group of Telegram. You will find it there. You can just join for free. I'm not asking you for anything. You don't have to join the VIP if you wish to. Just stay there to receive the notifications and updates about these signals. Those who have actually seen this announcement, they actually have avoided losing money from the AUDUSD. But those who did not join this channel, of course, they are left with their faith, and of course, forfeit, of course, and they just have maybe lost money because the market has indeed exceeded the safe zone, so they might have actually lost 65 pips. So again, I'm giving you guys all the solutions. It's really now up to you what to do with it. Anyway, what we can do next with the AUDUSD. In fact, selling is not an option at the moment, because right here we can see that the market has indeed managed to create here a real level of a support, and we had right here the fake breakout from that level of a support. Those 3 wicks right here has actually fooled me, or actually tricked me to think that the AUDUSD is actually going to continue the fall. To be honest with you, and I'm just being honest here, I actually felt in my heart that the AUDUSD is going to continue the rise. But I actually said to myself that I have to be logic and I have to follow the common sense, and I decided to send the signal to short the AUDUSD, even though I was not 100% sure about it. I was not 100% sure about it. But what happened has happened. Anyway, let's see now what we can do next with the AUDUSD. So again, 0.66389 actually was a very strong real level of a support, as you can see in the past, and right now we had here the fake breakout from that level of a support, which means that the AUDUSD, upon the pressure from the previous support right here, is also going to make a pullback and continue the fall to reach the same level of a support. Now from that point, we are actually expecting from the AUDUSD to continue the rise, and the target has eventually got to be right here, the highest level of the resistance at 0.67790. So that being said, moving now to the 4-hour time frame, that was, my friends, of course, an obvious attempt number 1 of a support. 0.66355 is actually the real level of a first attempt of a support. Therefore, we will have to wait for the market to fall for about 36 pips before we can start buying it again. And from that point, we can actually expect the market to create the second attempt of the support. So, that being said, the target has got to be right here, the highest level of the resistance at 0.67630. Meanwhile, the safe zone shouldn't actually be ranging lower than this level of a support at 0.65827, which means the safe zone is ranging for 52 pips against 127 pips of profit. That's everything for the AUDUSD. Moving now to the USDCAD, which unfortunately has officially failed, and we can no longer keep buying the USDCAD. As you can see right here, sadly this signal has failed. But before that, I want to ask you guys if you have actually taken my pound GPY signal. The pound GPY signal was one perfect signal. Of course, I have sent it in the other video for analyzing the Dow Jones and the oil and the DXY and the pound GPY. You can find the video on my channel. It was uploaded yesterday, Sunday. As you can see, the market has reversed exactly. I mean, look at this beautiful reversal. The market has reversed exactly at 162.948 and went all the way to the take profit level, making more than 240 pips of profit. That was really cool profit, and I hope you guys have taken this signal and enjoyed this profit. It was, of course, totally worth it to mention in this video. So anyway, let's see now what we can do next with the USDCAD anyway. Now back to the daily chart. Now actually the daily chart shows us right here that the market has indeed managed to make a bullish breakout from that level of a real resistance at 1.37526, but however we have ended up with a fake breakout, or actually a strong bearish breakout candle. Now what we can expect next from the USDCAD is actually to respect the previous level of a resistance right there at 1.37069, and from that point it's gonna make a pullback. Now we can look at the left side and we can see right here there is a strong level of a real resistance. That level is most likely now gonna be respected, because let me tell you guys, once you are having actually a real level of a resistance and then the market actually make a fake breakout from the same level of a real resistance, usually your best setup possible is just to wait for the market to rise again to reach the same level of a real resistance, and from that point you have to start selling. That's gonna be a very good setup and very profitable, and therefore the market usually is gonna reverse exactly from that point. And of course the same principle has been used with the pound GPY signal. Therefore, if I'm not mistaken, we have to wait for the USDCAD to rise for about 48 pips or even 50 pips before we can start shorting it safely, and hopefully it's gonna give us a lot of profits. As we can see right here, this was of course the real level of a resistance, and if I scroll to the left side, this was of course, my friends, a real level of a resistance as well, and this right here was a fake breakout. Actually we had multiple attempts and many attempts actually of a fake breakout, but however we will actually use this level of a resistance at 1.37526. Therefore, if that happens, the target has got to be placed right here at the absolute nearest resistance level to the entry at 1.36410, which means we will actually be expecting 111 pips profit from this signal. Meanwhile, the safe zone won't be ranging higher than the real level of a resistance at 1.38009, which means the safe zone is going to be ranging for about 48 pips against 111 pips of profit. That's everything for the USDCAD. Let's now move to the USDJPY. Okay, so now regarding the USDJPY, as you can see, the market has went at least in the right direction and exceeded the take profit level. However, right now it's actually below that level. So of course, this signal at least went in the right direction but hasn't been triggered. Now what can we expect next with the USDJPY? Moving now to the daily chart. Now if you guys remember, I actually have drawn here that support trend line in the last Saturday video, and I said that the USDJPY is most likely right now going to continue to fall till it reach that level of a support right here at 131.202, and that is exactly what's going to happen in my opinion. However, we have to find the best level to start shorting the USDJPY. Now by looking at the daily chart, we can see right here that we had also a very strong real level of a resistance exactly at 134.050. Now pay attention. Let's go to the 4-hour time frame. Now the pullback has begun. As you can see right here, we had also a broken level of a resistance, and actually I was expecting to tell you that the USDJPY is going to make a pullback upon the pressure from that previous resistance. That is exactly what's happening right now. The pullback has begun. Therefore, if I'm not mistaken, we have to wait for the market to reach 134.050. And that is the point where we can start shorting the USDJPY, and the target has got to be right here, the lowest level of a support at 130.620, which means the take profit level is going to be placed just right there at that support at 130.627. Meanwhile, the safe zone won't be ranging higher than the previous level of a resistance and the strong key support level at 135.380, meaning the safe zone is going to be ranging for about 132 pips against 341 pips. Again, guys, I know that's a lot of pips, but that's what the setup is providing to us. And again, keep in mind that the USDJPY in just one day, let me just confirm, 13th of March, yes, in just one day, this is the candle, has fallen for about 264 pips. What more in the next 4 days? So there goes a signal. Let me just now write it for you. So actually I have adjusted the safe zone to be only for about 100 pips only against 340 pips of profit. That's everything for the USDJPY. Let's now move to the USDCHF. Alright, as you can see, my friends, the USDCHF has indeed reached the take profit level, but of course sadly has not triggered our sell level. That's totally fine. Let's see now what we can do next with the USDCHF. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the USDCHF is going to start now a pullback by the end of today, or actually by tomorrow. As you can see, the pullback has begun already, and the market has reached the absolute lowest level of a support. But now, what's next with this pair? Now, if we look at the daily chart, of course, and we zoom out like this, we can notice that we're having here a broken level of a support trend line, just like this. This was, of course, my friends, the broken level of a support trend line, as we can see, just like that. Sorry, I just need to be accurate, just like this, exactly. So this was, of course, the broken level of a support trend line. Therefore, the USDCHF has a potential to continue the rise for about 44 pips before it starts retesting that broken level of a support trend line, which means that there should be also a strong level of a resistance that we can, of course, rely on. And if I scroll to the left side right now, all I need to do, my friends, is simply identify a strong key level of a resistance, and that can be seen exactly right there. Fantastic. This was, of course, a real level of a resistance, as we can see right here. So pay attention. That level, my friends, 0.91406. Pay attention to how this level was really strong in the past. We are having here the real level of a resistance. It was, of course, a real level of a support. It was another real level of a resistance, another very strong real level of a support. It was also another real level of a resistance. Keep in mind all of that on the daily chart. Now that can be confirming that the market indeed going to continue the rise, and most likely the broken level of a support right here as 0.91406 is going to be retested, and also that level of a resistance is going to be respected. That being said, let's go now to the 4-hour time frame, and we can confirm that on the same level we had here a broken level of a support, a real level of a support, meaning 0.91406 is a very strong level and simply cannot be ignored. Therefore, we have to wait for the market to rise for about 30 pips before we can start shorting it. Now again, I have to remind everybody about the news. Guys, this is the second warning in this video. Pay attention, tomorrow we are having the core CPI news. And again, these might make a big impact on the market. They can actually change the entire direction of these signals. So please pay attention and be careful to pay extra attention, of course, to the news. Don't ever keep any position opened during these news. I highly recommend everyone to close your positions before the news are out, and after the news are making an impact on the market, you can either reopen your position or just consider opening it in the other direction. Of course, it depends on the impact that the news have made on the market. However, If the market is going to make a retest of the broken level of a support trend line and is going to continue the fall, the target has got to be placed right here at the absolute lowest level of the support as 0.90151, which means we will actually be expecting to make 130 pips profit from this signal. Meanwhile, the safe zone, let me just move to the 4-hour time frame. The safe zone shouldn't actually be ranging higher than this level of a previous resistance, exactly right there, yes, as 0.92022, which means the safe zone will be ranging for about 60 pips against 123 pips of profits. That's everything for the USDCHF. Let's now move to the gold. Alright, as you can see, the gold has also rose all the way to the take profit level instantly by the opening of Monday, and actually it went actually not start from here actually for about in total of 400 pips, exceeding the previous level of a support right here at 1900. So now the gold is rising, and the gold has actually been able to break the barrier of 1900. Now what's next with the gold? Let me just tell you something. Actually, the gold is jumping upon the news of the Silicon Valley Bank, in my opinion. And in my opinion, that's going to be a temporary impact on the market. But in general, the gold is going to continue the rise. Right now, as I'm telling you always, guys, 1700, 1800, 1900, these are all critical levels for the gold. And once the gold reaches any of these levels, it's most likely gonna struggle first before it's gonna instantly break out from that level of a support or a resistance. So as you can see right now, the gold has indeed reached 1900, but this candle, let me just move to the daily chart. The daily candle still has about 4 hours for the closure, which means we can still actually expect from the gold to fall more for about 50 pips and close below 1900. If that happens, then we can actually expect from the gold to continue the fall till it reaches that level of a previous resistance right there at 1890.49, and from that point we can start buying the gold. If I move this support trend line, which I have drawn earlier right here last week or last Saturday, let me just do something here. I will drag the very same support trend line which I have drawn earlier and just place it right there at the absolute nearest level of a support trend line, just like this. This was of course the nearest strong key support level of a support trend line to the entry, exactly just like this. Now we can actually see that the market has indeed managed to create here a strong attempt of a support trend line and made the bearish breakout from that level and instantly broke out from it, which means we have actually ended it up right here with a fake breakout. Now that level of a strong support trend line is going to be respected again once the market falls all the way to 1890.49. It is going to be respecting or retesting, the broken level of a resistance as well on the same level. And if I scroll to the left side, I believe we can confirm that this level has indeed been, of course, a very strong key level of a support. Check this out. I swear I did not check this before recording. I was just sure of my analysis. I know exactly what I'm talking about, guys. Therefore, as you can see, 1890.49 has actually been a very strong key level of a support. It was a good boy. Therefore, we can see right here that if the market is going to make a pullback and fall all the way for about 180 pips to reach that level, that's going to be the best level to start again buying the gold. And this time, we can actually keep targeting the nearest strong key level of a resistance at 1932.24, which means we can actually expect to make approximately 415 pips of profit. Meanwhile, the safe zone won't be ranging lower than this level of a support right here at 1873.11, which means the safe zone will be ranging for about 178 pips only against 414 pips of profit. And there goes a signal, my friends, for the USD pairs and for the gold. I hope it's going to be a very profitable week, and hopefully it's going to be good for everyone. And again, the third time in this video, guys, pay attention to the news. I'm warning you, pay attention. We are having the CPI news tomorrow. Not only that, even on Wednesday, we will be having the core PPI and the core retail sales for the USD pairs, and of course these can, my friends, make a big impact on the market. Please pay attention to the news. Never ever leave any trade running during this news. I have done my part. Now the rest is on you. Of course, if you wish to join, guys, of course, the free group, you can go ahead to receive the notifications and updates about these signals. So until then, I hope that is informative to you, and I would like to thank you for watching.